Are you saying? I can't hear you.
A equal to
She's saying, but I can't hear, I think. Your audio has some, I can't hear you. Okay. Anyone can listen what she's saying? I
Yes,
don't know
ma'am.
the network
He said
problem.
A equal to something. We can hear.
Hello?
Okay,
ma'am,
ma'am.
we can hear you.
But I guess he can hear. Okay, one second.
Pudni, are you saying something?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 1 minute. Maybe I have wrongly. Just 1 minute. Okay. Malavika, say once again. Malavika?
A equal to U plus 80.
Correct. Here there's a loose contact. So I can hear you now. Correct. V is equal to U plus 80. Okay, Rijas, what is V? Rijas, what is V?
Final velocity.
What is U?
Initial velocity.
What is A?
Acceleration.
Acceleration. What is T?
Time.
Okay, good. Okay. Gauri, what is displacement velocity relation or velocity displacement relation? Velocity displacement relation. Unmute and tell Gauri. Huh? Are you saying? A video stuck. Okay. Now tell me, Gauri. Velocity displacement relation. I think she is having network issue. Now, Rin, can you tell me what is velocity displacement relation?
S equal to ut plus half at square.
That is velocity displacement?
This
Velocity displacement.
v square minus u square equal to 2as.
2as. V squared minus, that is velocity displacement means there is no term of t, no time. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Evelyn, what is displacement time relation? Displacement time relation.
S is equal to
S is equal to half at squared. Okay, correct. Okay, children. Now, this equation we are using for a straight line motion. Straight line motion means motion on the road. So, we have done some problems. I have given you that problem. There are some questions where object is moving upwards and downwards. So, in this case, we are not considering the acceleration of the object. We are actually considering the acceleration due to gravity, because whatever object move upwards, whenever object move upward, earth pulling that object towards its center. So the acceleration of the object actually equal to the acceleration due to gravity. That's the meaning. Okay. Whatever, whether it's a ball, whether it's a chalk, whether it's an aeroplane, whatever it is, the acceleration of the object which is moving upwards, it will be experiencing the...
Ma'am.
Yeah?
Ma'am, Krishna is in the waiting room.
Yeah. Oh, so many other. So, okay. So, whatever object is moving upwards or object is coming downwards, okay, due to gravitational pull. Pull. Yes, Naveen.
They're like, the heavier objects get accelerated faster and go at the same speed. So if you're dropping two items, like one feather and a heavier object, you drop it at the same time, but won't the heavier one go faster? Then they go to the normal 9.8 meters per second, and the other one will take time to go to that speed. So won't that be going faster?
That is, suppose feather and stone is falling by itself. We are talking about an object which is falling by itself. We call it free fall. Okay. So a feather is falling by itself or the stone is falling by itself. That is pulled by gravitational force of the earth. Okay. And we also learned in the 9th standard Newton's second law of motion. Yeah, Newton's cycle of motion. What is that? Rate of change in momentum is directly proportional to the force applied. So on the basis, we have learned the equation F is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay. So when you talk about acceleration, we forget about all acceleration due to gravity. When you discuss, we forget about all other external forces.
We are neglecting that, so it will become easier
Neglecting.
to
Yeah,
tell.
we are neglecting. We are neglecting air resistance. We are neglecting any force. Then only this is applicable. Okay.
So when do
And
they know? Ma'am, one more question.
one more thing I tell
when
you,
do they-
acceleration due to gravity can be changed, but not in a big scale. I mean to say 9.81. Are you getting me? Point fraction.
And
Yeah, because you have learned, no, at the poles gravitational force greater than at the equator in your small classes. So it can be
we're
changed.
like thinking like
Huh?
we're thinking like it'll be like a probably it'll be like this number.
Probably.
Not accurately the number, but it's probably that number.
Yeah. So always it will be between 9.8 to 10 range. So whenever you write the answer, your answer going to be 9.8 or 10. That's the acceleration due to gravity. So change means not a big change. Only it's fraction of changes depending upon where you stay. That's it. Okay. So in this case, when you discuss, we are neglecting all type of unbalanced external force acting on an object. Clear? Are you getting me? So in these cases, acceleration due to gravity, we just take it 9.8 and we round off into 10. Sometimes we round off 9.8 into 10. Okay. So the change will be taking place within that range. Within that range. So a slight change. That's why only we think. So it does not make big effect on the motion of any object. Clear? Yeah. So that's it. So this is the condition. So in the equation of motion, we have three equations of motion. This acceleration A changed into acceleration due to gravity. Okay. And it is a constant value. Do you remember that constant value? G is equal to, because 9th standard only we learned. Free fall. 9.8. 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. So according to that, our equation is going to change like this. That is, V is equal to U plus GT, first equation. Second equation is S. Here S means instead of S, what we apply? Height. Because when talk about an object is moving upward, downward, it is not the displacement. Usually we talk in terms of height. Correct. So S will be changed into H, and this is our equations. Okay. Similarly, third equation, V square is equal to U square plus 2GH. It's not necessary you have to use H itself. Even you use S also, no problem. But the concept you have to keep it in your mind. So we are going to see what are the changes taking place in this when object is moving upwards, when object is moving downwards. So this equation possible, this equation is possible when object is moving downwards or falling vertically downwards. That means everything will be positive. So all quantities will be positive. That's our changes here. All quantities will be positive.
Ma'am.
Excuse
That
me,
means
ma'am.
V is positive, U is positive, acceleration due to gravity. When object is falling vertically downwards. Why?
Ma'am.
Why? Yes, someone is asking me something.
How did 2AH become?
How
we
did?
get 2GH, right? How did GH come?
G stands for our acceleration. H stands for S. That's it. Okay.
Ma'am, why are we replacing H?
Because H, whenever in a practical way, think about when an object is moving upwards, only the height we measures. Correct, Punya? In practical,
so
that's
instead
why
of
we are
distance,
using
we are
H.
using height.
Yeah,
Okay, ma'am.
height. That's why. Okay. So it's not compulsory that we have to use H. We can use S also. But when you talk about S, This is the height we are measuring. So displacement replaced by the height, moving upward.
According to the situation, we apply the
Yeah,
thing, right?
apply this. Now, in this, everything is positive. What means positive acceleration? That's the meaning of it. Correct?
Due to gravity.
Yeah,
Right?
because the motion is, object is moving in the direction of gravitational force. Why it is positive? Because object is moving in the direction of gravitational force. Same equation of motion, but depending upon the situation, you have to understand the positives. That's it. Object is moving in the direction of gravitational force. All quantities are positive. Okay. So this is one important point regarding. Another one is all quantities will be positive when object is moving vertically downwards. Third point is, if you consider object is falling on a particular height. If you consider object is falling from a particular height. For example, an object is on a top of a table or something. So object A is here and it started moving, falling vertically downwards. Then we consider initial velocity in this case is 0. Okay, so you can write down when object is, these are the things you have to keep it in your mind when you do the problem. When object is moving in vertical downward direction, from a height, then u become 0. So we, that's it. Simply it is so sensitive, this board. So you write it down, then only I will do the function, otherwise it will go.
Just game time.
Yeah. Okay, so in this case we only consider that one-way motion. We don't think about object is how object reached to that height. Okay, we are only consider that particular situation. So in that case u become 0 meter per second because it's starting. See, in a straight line motion we always hear object is start from rest, come to stop. After applying the brake in the car, it comes to stop. These are the phrases we use to indicate initial velocity 0 in the case of a straight line motion on the road. So in this case, what we say, at a particular height, it is falling. So that particular height, the initial velocity is considered as 0. Clear? Now, as objects start moving downwards, what happened? Velocity gradually increases. Velocity gradually increases. Why? Because it is in the direction of gravitational force. Clear? So, second, u is equal to 0 meter per second and velocity increases. Velocity increases and reaches to a maximum velocity when it hit the ground. When it hits the ground. So that is the situation is taking place when object is moving vertically downwards under gravitational force. Correct? Okay. So that's why u is 0 in this case and velocity gradually increases. That means when you come to final velocity, it will have a non-zero value. That's the meaning of. So final velocity will be a non-zero value. It may be 20 or 30 or whatever it is. That's non-zero value. Then after hitting the ground, you know what happened. What happened? After hitting the ground, gradually energy decreases and object again moves down. So we are not talking about that. Only we talk about object is starting and ending. That's all. Okay. So just hit the ground, maximum velocity. Beginning, initial velocity. When you come down, it becomes maximum velocity. Just hit the ground. After hitting no velocity, it again decreases because of the friction. That you know. Yeah, clear. So that's the reason whenever any object fall from a particular height, like a mango or something and all, the huge sound, a tremendous sound will be produced and heat energy will be produced because of it is coming with the maximum velocity.
All the energy gets dispersed as sound and
Sound, heat, okay.
impact, friction.
Yeah, impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happened. Similarly, this is the reason whenever you fall from a second floor or third floor, your body get fractured because of, some will die because of the impact. It is a huge impact because it is in the direction of gravitational force, velocity is maximum. So any aeroplane, anything is fell down. You see lately what happened in Karipur. This is what happened. So it is falling maximum height. So the destructive nature, the distraction what causes tremendous. Clear? So that is, so why, now understood why I told you all quantities will be positive, because velocities increases. That is the word making it is positive. Velocities increases. Okay, once velocity increasing, acceleration also increasing, but acceleration due to gravity we ignore the air resistance and we just take it that value only. Either 9.8 or 10. So in the question, you given 9.8, then you have to use that. Given 10 meter per second square, then you have to use that instead of A or instead of G. Did you get that, children? So shall we go to upward motion? So gradually, this is the case which is happening when the car is moving in a positive direction. Same equation, all values are positive. Okay. So when an object is moving vertically upward or downward motion is the one which is going to be positive because direction of the gravitational forces in the are in the same. They are parallel. Both are parallel. So parallel lines always will be maximum. That's the reason. Clear? Okay. So shall we go to the next one? Now, next case, when object is moving vertically upwards, there is the problem. We have to use the negative sign. When object is moving vertically upwards, all quantity, only acceleration, not quantity, only acceleration, not all acceleration will be negative. What acceleration it is? Acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. Okay, I'm just writing in suffix G, negative. The reason is that motion of an object is against the gravity. Okay, motion of an object is against the gravity. So we can say negative acceleration due to gravity. I'm just giving you in a point wise so you understand the concept. Once you understand the first part, this is very clear to you. Upward motion, why it is negative? Because object is moving against the gravity in opposite direction. If I throw a chalk is moving in opposite direction. So that time, if you forget about all other external force and air resistance around it, acceleration is same 9.8. Okay. So negative acceleration due to gravity. So what are the changes taking place in equation? So equation of motion will change. V is equal to U minus GT. Then H is equal to ut minus half gt square, and third one is velocity displacement equation change into v square is equal to u squared minus 2gh. Okay, so when you calculate velocity or something and all, you may get answer negative or something because of the presence of acceleration. Clear? So this is the another important point under this. Now, so please write, then we go to the next point related to this. So we can write it first point 1, second point 1, this is third point, and fourth point, what will be? When object reaches to maximum height, final velocity v is equal to 0 meter per second, and initial velocity from the ground, that is u, gradually decreasing. So it's a reverse order of when an object is moving vertically downwards. Okay, so in this case, who became, this is important point, who became 0 now? Final velocity. And who decreasing? With what velocity you throw? Okay, suppose I throw a stone upward like this. Maybe I may be thrown at the 20 meter per second, but as it goes, gradually it decreases, and when you reach a particular height, when it started falling, just like I throw that.
Gravity,
Yeah,
right?
tell me.
It gets cancelled because of gravity. The both forces are like fighting each
Which
other.
both forces you are talking about?
Gravity and the force you throw the stone at, like
In
that.
this case, we consider as a constant velocity. That's why it's got cancelled. Another phrase of what you say, it's a constant velocity, it is moving. So this is what happened. While with what force I am throwing, there's an equal and opposite reaction force, Newton's third law, correct? Opposite and equal reaction force applied by the earth to pull that stone to downwards. So that's the reason velocity gradually decreasing, and the moment it reached to particular height, if I throw a stone, it reach to particular height and it start falling. So at that point, at what point it start falling, that is the final velocity in this case. So it becomes 0 meter per second. So that is why when you launch a rocket and all, we have to use millions of or tons of fuel, in order to break the gravitational force. Okay.
And they can use the like less powerful like forces, right? Like the fuel. Like when they reach space, it decreases the gravity.
Yeah, that decreases. That system is in rocket that is there. They go with the maximum velocity. Once you break the gravitational force, gradually from the ground space station, you will control that spacecraft or rocket to reduce the velocity, and then fuel slowly come, and suppose you want to launch that on in the orbit of Earth. So at particular reaches, slowly it automatically velocity decreases and launches on the particular position.
Like the satellites.
Satellites.
They use that thing. Like they kind of
that
not
means
pulled by the earth. Like even like that.
No, there we are controlling the space. The people on the ground is controlling. See, our Chandrayaan 2 was a failure. What happened? the people those who controlled, and that Chandrayaan had lose the connectivity. So we could not control it. So it has fallen somewhere. Okay, rover or somewhere it has fallen somewhere. Still now we cannot locate it. Okay, because this is artificial, gravitational force is a natural thing. By human scientific technology, we are breaking that gravitational force, and you are going out of the gravitational force and launching something. So it's purely artificial intelligence we are using.
We are kind
Okay,
of breaking
so
everything.
if once you use the connectivity between you and that machine, it's gone. It become a failure. We can't do it anything. Clear? That's it. So that is about this launching gravitational force. So as we go higher and higher, actually Earth is pulling you, but we have to overcome with external force. That's what happening. Aeroplane, flying and everything. This is the system we use. Clear? So see, aeroplane, the people from here, even Karipur airport, we know that tragedy. People from here have to give them the correct instruction to where to land, how to for all that. Once that cut off, we don't know what to do. So, okay, that's it. So every scientific technology has its own limitations, but it's up to us. Okay, clear. So any doubt regarding this, children? So this is what, whenever you do the numerical, as you go practice that numerical, you will understand. Some places I used minus, some place I said y is negative direction, this and all. Okay. So there are two problems what I have given in that paper. I hope everyone is copied, okay? Because it's a limit for me to type it on everything on the printer note and sending, very difficult, okay, children? So that's I had given like that. Question number 10 and 11. Those who have done, just I give you that 2-3 points. 9 and 10. 9 and 10, it's a special situation. Okay, if you talk about an object is vertically moving upwards and vertically come downwards. They are very direct case, straight case. Okay, we just apply that G minus and then now you will get all the answers. Okay, but in question number 10 and 9, you must have been observed that I have used the word minus H. So far what I taught here, I did not indicate about minus H. I taught only acceleration due to gravity is minus. Okay, so these are the two special situations where acceleration also negative are used and height also negative are used. Y means the direction of the height or displacement and that velocity, what we explained was in opposite direction. If you read it carefully, I read one question here. Question number 10. A stone is dropped from a rising balloon at a height of 300 meters above the ground. Okay, that was the question. One question I just explained to you. It strikes the ground in 10 seconds. What was the velocity of the balloon at the moment the stone was dropped? See, the trick of the question is last sentence. What is the velocity of the balloon? Okay, it's not, they are not asking the velocity of the stone. The question is velocity of the balloon at the moment stone was dropped. Okay, stone was coming downward.
You can measure like after you throw the stone, right? From
Yes.
that point, you can like measure how much it went before it's down.
Yes.
Like that you can do. Then you can
Like
just
that we can measure.
Yeah.
So there are two parts we can measure, use this question, but I use only one method because everything you communicated, it will be confused for you. There are two methods in your textbook. I only one straight method I am teaching you. In this case, what I asking, we have to find the velocity of the balloon when the stone was dropping. So stone was in opposite direction of the movement, correct? Balloon is moving upwards. So that is why H become negative in that case. Are you getting? So with the that stone, how much time the stone was dropped, with relating both, we are finding the velocity. So that is why I use that minus H. Other all cases, like this cases and straight. When object is moving upward, what is its velocity? We don't have to take H as negative. We only have to take A as negative. Clear? So that is the two questions, a special case. Okay. So now you understand why, ma'am, you used minus H. So some may have doubt. According to this question, H has no minus sign. Only A has a minus sign. Why it is? Because of that situation is this. So We are finding the velocity of the balloon. Balloon is moving upward, but our stone is coming downward. They both are in upward direction. I mean, opposite direction. So that's the reason. Clear? So that is why we used h as minus, so that your answer you get 19 meter per second. Okay. Balloon is moving upward. U is positive only. No. U is positive. U is positive direction. So you should get the answer in positive. If you don't use negative for h, then your answer is going to be minus u. So it is going to be a contradiction for the theory, what we have learned. Clear? So in science, some kind of restrictions, I mean, so some kind of leniency is there. In every theory, there are some situations we just go opposite of that theory. Did you understand? So ninth also, that's why I'm used to minus h. Any doubt regarding that? I think other questions are okay. I did my maximum to give you correct step by step. So those who do not do it, please copy it down and study. So you can expect the questions from this problems, okay, for your exam. I'm giving you well in advance. Because first time, so I was just telling you this you study, that you study, so that you will get an okay with it, adjust with the +1 format. Clear? Okay. So that's about the thing. And one more last one is relative velocity. What do you mean by relative velocity? This is a case. It's also a rare case. You don't have to study much detail. Since in the book it is mentioned, I'm just teaching you. What is relative velocity means? You see, whenever you travel in a bus, even you are in the bus, but outside people, you feel like they are running. They are running, they are walking. Trees are...
That is
okay.
because we are looking from our view, right?
Yes. So you feel like all are sleeping or what? And I opened the board, only hardly few people. Nevin is giving me a lot of interest in that. Others are, I don't know, just keeping silent or what. All are there. Ashwin, shall I put one lovebirds on your hair? Huh? What's this? What's the style? Krishna Chandran. I think that good for PGN, your hair. Okay. Okay, enjoy. Till the school opens only we can have, you can have all these things. Clear? Okay, so all are there now? Yeah. So we are moving to relative velocity. Relative velocity means, as you said, a bus is moving, you are in the bus, but when you look at outside, you feel like you are not moving, others are moving. Trees are moving, car is moving, all that. I mean, the car is already moving, but it is overtaking, or bus is overtaking a car.
If you stand still, it's the earth is moving. So
yes.
So,
yeah. So what is relative? Relative velocity means related to you, what is the velocity? Wherever you are. Suppose you are in the bus. You are sitting in the bus. Your bus is moving. When you look from your point of view, with what velocity object outside is moving. Even they are not moving. It is stationary. But you are getting a feeling that it is moving. Similarly, it will be reverse order. Reverse order means you are outside the bus, you are standing there. So while you stand, suppose you are standing in Ashtamichira, the bus is started moving and it goes to Inyalakuda. So from your point of view, what is the change in that bus position change? Correct. Ashtamichira is the first stop, next stop is somewhere little ahead. Okay. Kattigarakunda somewhere here. So that is the thing. So what is the velocity? So that is velocity or relative velocity of B or relative velocity of A means, the question is relative velocity of A with respect to B. Okay, relative velocity of A with respect to B. Suppose you are B, you are B, you are standing one position, an object is moving. So with respect to your position, what changes taking place of object A? Okay, so you are B, A is bus. Okay, B is you, A is bus. So wherever you are, with respect to you, wherever your position is, what change taking place in that second object? Okay, so from your place, what change taking place for the bus? So that is what relative velocity. Yeah, velocity means displacement per unit time. So when you write VAB, so when you write VAB, this means relative velocity of A with respect to B. That's the meaning of VAB. Okay, with respect to B. What is the meaning of this phrase? Rate of change in position of A. Rate of change in position of A with respect to B. That's the meaning of relative velocity. Okay, rate of change means displacement per unit time. Instead of writing change in unit time, you are using the word rate. At the what rate? So that's what relative velocity. In this case, you can write VA minus VB. Okay, V is the velocity. Suppose bus velocity is 20 meter per second. Your velocity is 10 meter per second. So your relative velocity will be difference between both of you. Just like one position, initial position to final position, that's all. Clear? Okay. Yeah? Similar, just opposite. VBA. What is VBA? What is VBA? Nevin, tell me what is VBA. Tell me in this way. Word. What's the meaning of VBA? Did you understand this? How I framed this one? Same way you have to say that. VBA means first letter is B, second letter is A. So whose position will be changing here?
B to A.
So you write in this way. It is rate of change in position of
B to A.
B with respect to A. Okay, got it? Yeah, that's it. Suppose you are on the ground. I mean, you are at the bus stand. Bus is moving. Then relative velocity of the bus means the rate of change of position in bus with respect to you, or you are observer. If you are standing on the bus stand, you call it as an observer. Correct? Observer.
Like over here, which is the observer? Like the one we write first. Like over here, you said A to B, right?
The first letter is the one changing.
Okay, the first one is changing. The second one is the
Second
observer.
one is particular position. That's it. Correct? For example, I can say bus A is moving. Another bus B also moving. They are moving simultaneously in the same direction in the both two tracks of the same road. Clear? So at a particular time, B overtake A. At a particular time, bus number B overtake A. So when I talk about what is VAB, or when I say what is VAB, what do you say? Relative velocity of A with respect to B. For example, B is overtaking. If I say VBA, A is the initial position. That is, you have to say that rate of change of B from with respect to A.
So over here, A is like that starting point.
Like observer. Okay. The best AB, B overtakes A. B overtakes A. So we consider A is a stationary object. Even both are moving, but in this case, to understand,
But relating to both of them, A is like the stationary one.
A is stationary one, B is moving. So you have to find relative velocity of B with respect to A. So that is why we write it as VB minus VA. Got it? Yeah? So next class, last session, I will tell you, there are some cases it become negative, some cases it becomes 0. So that we'll discuss in the next class in relative velocity. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.